Hi, I'm just going to do the three-step sketch of the goat now. And like I said, you don't have to draw all 3 steps unless you're doing it to try to get it so you remember how to do it and you remember the process. Otherwise, you just work on one individual sketch. Chloe, can I show everybody what you've done? And Jade, can I show everybody what you've done with your ones you've done? So Jade has gone through and done a individual drawing of her sheep and a goat, and obviously we've had a go of drawing the goat already. Chloe, can I quickly show everybody what you've done, please? Thanks, Chloe. Chloe's been drawing it step by step to try to remember how to draw it. So she's done a great job with her sheep. She's done step 1, step 2, and then she's gone into all the detail for step 3, and she's produced a happy little sheep full of fur. Okay, so it's up to you what version you want to do. Yeah, just work with what's easy for you. Thank you, Chloe. Now, goat's time. Now, with the goat, your goat needs to have a elongated circle shape, but I would like your bottom end, which is this end, to be a little bit wider than your front end. And then we have a head shape. Now, it's like drawing a portrait, but I want you to try and it's like a bit like a rectangle even, or egg shape, but with a square top. Okay. Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2, I'm going to draw separately. Okay, obviously mine's going to look different every time I draw it because it's not attached, it's not one drawing. Okay, and our head. All right, now you'll have to rub this line out. Okay, give it a tail. And the goat's tail should be a little bit more pointy than the sheep's tail. Okay, remember your...
Because we had a goat and Oreo's tail was different, can I draw Oreo's tail instead?
Yes, well, I'm drawing a goat's tail. It was a simple version of Oreo's tail. So it's up to you. You know what shape Oreo's tail is. You can definitely draw it that shape. Okay, so again, we're going to do this time we're going to do triangles for legs. Now remember, the back leg should be a smaller triangle than the front leg. Okay, so my back leg's at the front this time, so a little triangle for the back leg and then a big triangle for the front leg. Okay, goats have really knobby knees, so you need to draw circles at the bottom of your triangles. And then again, long rectangles for the legs. Make sure your back legs are shorter than your front legs.
Oh, I did it the wrong way around.
You can do it whichever way around you like, baby. It's your sketch. Okay, now I'm going to do triangles again, but make sure you do it nice and lightly because they won't stay as triangles. They're triangles with the tops cut off. Okay, now just making sure you can see it, sorry. All right, so again, making sure I've got a big bottom. I'm going to try to draw lighter this time so I can rub out and rework what I've got. So make sure you would have already rubbed this out. Your triangles, they actually become fur now. So I'll draw my triangle nice and light. Hopefully you can still see it so that I can rub it out. So the front triangle, you need to rub the top line out. The back legs, or the back triangle, they stay, so it looks like the fur of the actual tummy of the goat. So down here what we're going to do is we're going to turn these triangles to make them look like fur. Now, goat's fur isn't fluffy and cloudy like a sheep. It's a bit rougher, a bit coarser. So I went for lines, or you could do zigzags or lines. It's up to you. Okay, so a combination of zigzags and lines. Okay, you don't have to fill in the whole space. You can leave some of it with gaps. You also need to lightly rub out your belly line and add some hair. You can see more clearly here what I mean by zigzags. Okay, some might be longer, some hair. Okay, and then we need to add our circles for our knees. So I'm just going to push mine out a bit wider so it looks like two C's looking at each other, or two brackets. Then I have my long legs coming down. So my two C's, my knobby knees. You can just do a knobby knee on one side, it doesn't have to be both sides. Okay, your long legs, make sure the front legs are longer than the back legs. My goat's so hairy, I'm having trouble seeing where its legs start. Remember, just long rectangles. Okay, now my triangles, I'll quickly draw them in.
Mummy, I can't see where my last triangle is.
Just redraw it, baby, if you can't see it. Okay, so this time I'm going to give it like toes. So I'm going to give it like a curve. So it's not a straight triangle. It's a bit like a messy or a not even love heart. Oops, I forgot my circles here. I've got to add them in. Okay, now don't forget the all-important tail. Goats have a funny tail. It's sort of round here and then it goes pointy, but when I drew it, it just looked better to keep it simple. And that's what Chloe was talking about. It sort of goes like this and then has a long bit, but I've just gone for the long bit. Okay, so working on the goat's head now, you need to give it some ears. Okay, they're a funny shape. Even if you draw a triangle in and then make it curved, it's still very effective. Okay, you'll see both my ears look different, they're not the same. So don't stress about getting it perfect, it's more about having fun and going with what you're doing than worrying about doing it perfectly. And I'm just going to drop this so that it looks like that's the inside of the ear that we can see here. Okay, now to give your goat a mouth, all I did was one side of the mouth. So it's just a line. Okay, my goat's nose is a heart shape, but I haven't joined the center. Your eyes, upside down teardrops. Okay, draw a half circle and a black dot. Half circle, black dot. Now I'm going to turn this front to have some fur as well. Okay, so it's our furry goat. Now I made that, it was dark and you could tell it didn't join, so rather than trying to rub it out because it's so dark, I just made it a bit thicker. Okay, so there you have it. Quick goat sketch. Play with it, work with it, put a collar on it. Oh, actually, you know what I forgot? I forgot spots. Not quite finished yet. All right, sorry about that. I'm going to try and mimic what I did with my sketch that I will actually include as a photograph on my Facebook page so that you know you can copy it if you like or trace it. But obviously it won't be exactly the same because I'm drawing it freehand. So I'm just giving our goat some spots. Okay, instead of perfect circles, pretend someone's bumped you while you're drawing it. Okay, even a half circle here to make it look like it's going around the edge. We can only see half of it. All right, so that's our goat sketch. I'm going to stop this now and I'm going to draw a chicken for you.